Coming up on this edition of the Raider Report.
Spring is here, and that means it's time for prom and graduation. We'll explain why those two events are connected.
It's also scholarship season. We'll tell you how to cash in.
And Gavin Mangold gives you the latest in entertainment news.
All this and more coming up on your Raider Report.
Thanks for joining us for this week's Raider Report. I'm Mickey Wirtz.
And I'm Lindsay Sequest, wishing you a happy Purple Day in recognition of epilepsy awareness.
Spring is officially here, but clearly the spring is a little different than most.
That's true. How else could we explain that the football home opener is happening on March 26th?
In fact, a lot of events will be different this spring, including prom and graduation. But those two events are sure to bring the same excitement as always.
When it comes to prom, the PHS administration team, along with input from junior class officers and other students, decided on holding a combined junior and senior prom. You may recall that last year's prom was canceled due to the pandemic, so it makes sense for seniors to get a redo.
COVID-19 will continue to have an impact on this year's prom. There will still be a formal meal, but instead of dancing, entertainment will be provided by a hypnotist and a stand-up comedian.
The decision to forego dancing this year at prom was difficult, but it really came down to the process that county health services have to go through if someone were COVID positive.
With contact tracing the way it is, in order for us to contact trace and help the county get through the process of us, finding out who was near someone who was COVID-19 positive, it was determined that we could not have a physical dance like we'd had in the past. Almost impossible to contact trace a group of 300 or 400 people on a dance floor to know how long they've been by each other or near each other. So that's what played into the major decision.
There is plenty of good news in all of this. First, as stated, juniors and seniors get to have prom this year, with each group having its own court and grand march. That event will be held at the KI Center on Saturday, May 15th.
Because of the possibility of students getting quarantined and the need for at least 14 days between events, administration decided to move the PHS graduation ceremony to Wednesday, June 2nd. The class of 2021 will be the first to hold their ceremony in Saputo Stadium.
And for those who are eager to burst out their best moves, you'll have the chance to dance on Friday, June 11th. Once school is out, the county no longer requires contact tracing. Therefore, all current 9th through 12th graders are welcome to attend a dance here on the PHS campus that evening. More details on that event to still come.
So everyone, get your party hats ready because prom is just around the corner.
Spring break is nearly upon us, but even though school will not be in session for the next 10 days, there are still some important dates and deadlines you'll need to keep in mind during that time.
One such deadline is the Pulaski Education Foundation scholarships. The scholarship application packet is due Thursday, April 1st, no exceptions. As you know, April 1st falls during spring break, but that deadline stays the same.
Therefore, the local foundation scholarship packet must be turned into the PHS Student Services office by 3 o'clock today, or it must reach the PACE office via mail by or before April 1st.
Both the PHS Student Services and PACE office will be closed during spring break, so please plan accordingly.
In other exciting news, Jolie Klingheisen medaled at the DECA State competition. Jolie competed in the restaurant and food service competition, where she medaled in her role play portion. She also makes history as the first person to ever medal at state for Pulaski DECA.
Congratulations, Jolie, and congrats to those who participated. And now, for a short public service announcement.
Are you trying to socially distance, but no product seems to be doing the trick? Trying again and again to the point you go to the extremes? Introducing the Socially Distancing Stick. Enables you to keep people away so you stay safe. This product will keep you and others socially distanced. Isn't that important? It may just be a glove on a stick, but it's still important to socially distance.
One thing coming up after spring break is the debut of the PHS musical. Miss Tubbs tells us a little bit about what the musical is going to look like and how you can see it.
On the 21st day of the month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly encountered a deadly threat to its very existence.
So our musical Little Shop of Horrors is going to look a little bit different this year in that most of our audience is actually going to be at home or online wherever they have access to the internet. We'll be coming out soon with the website where people can purchase tickets. The tickets will be for a specific time slot. Our Saturday shows are 7 o'clock at night and our Sunday shows are at 2 o'clock. So people will purchase a ticket, it'll be like the pass to get in, they'll watch the show, they have to watch it entirely, they can't rewind. So it's like being there except for you'll be at home. We have a really limited audience that will be in the auditorium. Each participant is going to be receiving 2 tickets per person, and those will be the people that we're able to invite. We'll be publishing the link probably on Canvas. We'll be putting in the announcements. We'll have a QR code that you can scan from any of our monitors around school. There'll be a lot of ways to easily access the link. The show's going to be amazing. It's a little different doing this in a mask, but it's been really awesome to be on stage performing together again. It feels really great.
Thanks, Miss Tubbs. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely getting a ticket to the show. Little Shop of Horrors isn't the only show that will debut soon. Today, RSN reporter Gavin Mangold offers a glimpse at upcoming movies, TV shows, video games, releases, and more. Get ready for the first installment of Mangold's Media.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mangold Media. Here, I'll tell you what's happening in movies, TV shows, and video games. So with that out of the way, let's get into what's happening. We have a big 2 movies coming out this month. Today, the movie Nobody comes out. By the creators of Hardcore Henry and the John Wick series, Nobody is an action movie about your average white suburban assassin who becomes a drug lord's worst enemy / nightmare. And then we have the big one, Godzilla vs. King Kong. It releases in theaters and HBO Max March 31st. The name says it all. It's a movie all about monster-on-monster action, and it stars a lot of big actors like Millie Bobby Brown, Alexander Skarsgård, and Elza Gonzalez. In TV, not much is releasing in the future, but last week saw the debut of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier's first episode, and people are already liking it. It's adopting the classic Marvel cinematic style, with a bigger focus on action and set pieces, unlike last month's more surreal WandaVision. You can watch the second episode that just released today on Disney+. Today, 2 games are being released that anyone cares about. One of those games are It Takes Two, a purely co-op game and is made by the people behind A Way Out, and looks like it will play similarly, with both players working together to complete unique challenges and progress through a linear story. Monster Hunter Rise also comes out today. The 6th installment of the popular action RPG is a Switch exclusive, so you can slay gigantic beasts in the car and on the toilet. The game is featuring new movement features, new buddies to explore the massive world with, and new monsters to take down in 4-player co-op. And the only other interesting game coming out soon is Outriders, coming to all platforms but the Switch. It is a looter-shooter RPG in the similar vein of Destiny and Warframe. Outriders sees you and your friends on an alien planet, using newfound superpowers to kill aliens, level up, and find powerful weapons to kill aliens better. And that's it for this month's Mangold Media News. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Gavin. I'll be looking forward to seeing Godzilla vs. King Kong. It looks so cool.
And now, it's time for the best bi-weekly show in the Pulaski Community School District. It's Jack of All Sports.
Hi, I'm Jack from Jack of All Sports, and this is my week in review. Girls tennis is 1-2, and on March 13th, the team lost at 5-1 to Ashwaubenon. And then on March 14th, the team beat Sheboygan South 4-3. Their most recent game was a tough loss to Manitowoc. Volleyball has done well the past 2 weeks, going 4-0. The teams they beat are Clintonville, Ashwaubenon, Green Bay East, and Southwest. Their 3 most recent wins were all in straight sets, with the Clintonville was going to 4. The Raiders have proved to be dominant so far and hope to continue that dominance next week with 2 home games against Bayport and De Pere. Girls swimming has had 3 meets since the last episode, and since then they have gone 2-1. Those 2 wins were against Manitowoc and Green Bay United. The win against Manti was a dominating 109-60 win. Their most recent win last Tuesday was against Green Bay United. It was senior night, and the Raiders came out swinging, beating Green Bay United 99-70. Football will be playing their first home game against Ashwaubenon today, and with that we went to practice and got some interviews. Here it is. Football is back in Pulaski, and RSN Sports was able to stop by at the practice and pick up some interviews from the players. With a new season comes new faces, like new kicker Will Steno, who told us how he has prepared for the season.
Yeah, so this is my first year kicking, so I've been going to Titletown a lot and using the field goals there, so it's been a good source for me. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Like the fans and coaches, the players are ready to get back on the field.
I'm super excited. I mean, I'm just happy that we can finally get out here and play, and I'm happy that we're finally making it happen.
With the season returning, players like Jake Binkowski and Max Burdett note what the defensive unit and themselves will have to do to ensure a great season for the team.
Well, I think it's a few things. Probably mostly everyone knowing what their job is to do and making sure we play 100% all the time and really just going to the ball, flowing to the ball well, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just keep improving every day, not letting anyone outwork me, and just being the best out there every day and going hard and everything. So
the other side of the ball looks to be just as dominant, with JoJo O'Leary telling us what makes the Pulaski run game so successful year in and year out.
I think we honestly dominate continuously because we're patient. We got strong runners. We're just bullheaded, I guess, and we're just too stubborn to let anyone destroy what we have. And I think the way that we're going to continue that is just keep running the ball and keep being aggressive.
Another offensive unit that hopes to continue overpowering opponents is the Raiders' offensive line, whom Dalton Winter notes are lucky to mostly remain intact since last year.
I think it's a pretty big advantage. We have a great group of offensive linemen out here. And honestly, I think that just the chemistry that we have, like me and Nick on the left side, we have a lot of chemistry. He knows what I want to do. I know what he wants to do. And if I went down, he could play tight end if he had to. And I think it's a pretty big advantage for us to be such a old and experienced group and know each other pretty well.
Fellow lineman Nick Rasmussen agreed with Winter's perspective and added a few other notes.
Well, back to your first question, most of us are staying intact. We know how to communicate with each other. We know how to play off of each other. That'll be a big advantage. But also, we're just really trying to compete against ourselves and make ourselves better. And that's really all you can do.
The opponents they look to clobber will look a lot different this year, but as wide receiver Bo Bramsharper put it, they are looking forward to playing some of those new opponents.
Kimberly's got to be the number one opponent. Both elite programs. It should be one really good game. Super excited for that game.
Those new opponents will be played in a new time of the season. This year it will be played in the spring instead of the fall, which star kicker Isaac Hankey notes will make him play a little different this season.
I think it will not harm it, but it will definitely be a different feel at the start of the season because we won't be in such warm weather being able to kick as much. But later in the season, we'll be able to kick a little bit more and keep that form even better.
That's all we got, and we want to thank the football team for letting us come down and get some interviews and film their practice. Isaac Hankey, the star kicker, has one more thing he'd like to say.
Don't forget to watch Jack of All Sports.
Thanks, Jack, for that great segment and football preview. It was a hole-in-one.
Mickey, don't you just love holidays?
Oh, of course, especially Mickmas.
What's Mickmas?
It's just a day dedicated to me.
Oh. Okay. Here's Connor.
Connor in the Commons.
Hi, I'm Connor Heason, and welcome to Connor in the Commons. Now, today's St. Patrick's Day, you know, we're filming it on Wednesday, so I had to look the part and stuff like that. So we were trying to think of a question. I think because it's St. Patrick's Day and in celebration of my favorite holiday, I want to ask people, if you had to create a new holiday, what would it be? Let's go! If you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
Probably, maybe birthdays could be a holiday.
Okay. Sweet, sweet.
Just staying at home and doing nothing.
Oh, awesome, awesome. If you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
I call it holiday. Any day that there needs to be a holiday, It's there 24/7, 365.
Genius. If you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
I would dedicate a celebration of the Great Potato Famine.
Okay. If you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
It would be a holiday against ginger. It's called Ginger Snap Day.
Okay. If you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
I'd have to agree with her.
Raymond, if you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
Funny Day.
Okay. What's the whole deal with Funny Day?
It's funny.
I get it. Grant, if you were to create a new holiday, what would it be?
Chad Day, for the Giga Chad Mr. Gussie.
Oh, sweet.
I wonder how much work it would take to actually create a national holiday.
Yeah, they were onto something with Ginger Snap Day.
Just kidding, Connor.
No, we're not.
That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in.
Make it a great day and have an awesome spring break, Raiders.